They say that grief and money go together like oil and water. Yeah, okay, they don't. Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I want to talk about grief and money, and how a lot of people go through money when they are going through grief. Grief doesn't just affect your ability to work and function properly, it can have a surprising impact on your spending as well. Grief creates a sorrow which money can temporarily soothe, yet there is never a worse time to spend money than while in grief. Our vision is blurred, our wounds are exposed, our ability to think is compromised. If ever we should not be making decisions, it is while we are experiencing grief. Yet it is at this very time in which we are most likely to spend money. Grief is the reason the average widow blows through her spouse's life insurance in just months. Grief is not just experienced after a death. Here are some of the ways grief can be experienced. Life doesn't turn out the way we wish. A diagnosis is given. A child grows up and leaves home. Or a divorce. Grief can come in many formats, and when we are experiencing it, we must be careful. The grief that I will be concentrating on in this video is the grief of someone passing away, and through that loss we receive money. There are ways we can be careful with money at this time, and here are some suggestions. Grief can speed up our decision making. In order to make a wise choice about spending, we must slow down. Never buy anything on an impulse when you know you are experiencing grief. If you inherit money or get a life insurance payout, leave it in your account for 6 months. Do not touch it unless you have to pay for funeral expenses. Look at the money in the account and start to picture how that money could be invested or how it could pay off a mortgage or a debt. Whilst your money is in the bank, get on YouTube or listen to podcasts about money and investing, as well as what to do when you receive money. It's amazing what you can learn in a short space of time. After the 6 months, see a financial advisor that has your best interest at heart and not their own. Find a financial advisor that charges a flat fee rather than one that gets commission from the things they invest your money in. Do some research on the difference. Work with a therapist to explore the grief. There is something called the survivor's guilt, which makes us spend our money. It can manifest in many ways, in the choices we make, the relationships we have, the habits we form, and the way we spend our money. And if we are experiencing a cycle of debt, it could be because we have an underlying grief which is making it difficult for us to get a handle on our finances. It really is important to see a therapist if you feel your behaviour is changing. It might not happen right away. It could manifest itself in years to come. There are 5 stages of grief, and they are: Number 1, denial. This can't be happening. I'm going to wake up and find out that this was just a dream. Number 2, anger. At God, at the world, at the situation, and at the person that passed away. Number 3, bargaining. Struggling to find meaning and thinking of if-only scenarios. Number 4, depression. Feeling overwhelmed, helpless, feeling foggy and confused. Number 5, acceptance. Exploring options to move forward, choosing to keep going. This happens gradually. There is a quote by Vicky Harrison that goes like this: Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm, and sometimes it is overwhelming. All we can do is learn to swim. I hope this video has been helpful. Remember, everyone deals with grief differently and in their own time. Don't let people tell you that you should be over it by now. Tread lightly and be kind to yourself. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to subscribe and like.